Hello, 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 and welcome back. We are on PC 12 this time. This is probably the last recreation of this section that I'm going to show off, just because the following ones are just expanded chunks and or just the cave game tech test world that I'm already playing on, but with bad performance. But according to this recreation, which is also speculated, it's just an 8x8 chunk, so half of a normal Minecraft chunk, and you could press N in this recreation, and it kind of just it kind of just shuffles it through, generating a new one. I know the following version just expands this out to a 16x16 chunk, so the default normal Minecraft one that is, I think standard up until today. Not much to show off for this, but decided it would be cool to show off either way. I don't think you have, you can't reset your position, so if you jump off, that's pretty much it. And as I mentioned before, this is the following version. So PC 131137. I had to turn my head, so I had to pick up my mic, by the way. Same thing, but just the size of a normal Minecraft chunk now. And I think it goes down by quite a few more blocks. So you could press N once again just to regenerate the chunks. And I'm guessing just over time they refined this and then expanded it out to the 256 by 256 worlds that are just default to pre-classic. When I was going through this, when I was writing out just my list of versions and what it added, this is where I thought it could be like a cool beginning for the lore. Just because heavily inspired by these recreations, honestly. But seeing just like a block of void expand into like an 8x8 chunk of like grass and cobblestone, which expanded out into this, just feels like something happened world building wise, where like there was like an energy that got sent back and it just expanded this chunk outwards until you had like a cave game tech test version. I don't have any like concrete things written out for like the story of this world, but I thought of that as just like a general idea of how it started or how it formed in the first place, just because I tend to get super in detail whenever I try and write things out, so I want to know why things happen, what caused them, and what are the butterfly effects from that cause like other features or other things to happen. I was also getting a few questions as to what this series is, and in all honesty, I don't know what the end goal is besides just having one world where everything that I play on is just condensed into that. It's like a poly world that people have been playing. For the beginning of this, I'm just showing off recreations of speculated versions or versions that they found through the like Java logs that people scrounged through to figure out like what Notch and like the testers back then were saying about the game and like how it was being developed at the time, which I find super cool. As for the beginning of this, I'm just going through like the cave game tech test section in my notes, which is basically just all the beginning development versions before just the default like flat no cave world that you'd see on most like, or I think that is like the first version on the actual launcher. So I just wanted to go back more, just explore some recreations and just some cool things that the community has created, and then also just give updates on whatever I'm building in my own world. And this will kind of progress throughout hopefully all of the versions possible, just so at the end of it I have like a comprehensive just world filled with everything that I've played on so far, and like just something that I could sink a bunch of time into as like a side project. My other series I still want to continue on, but I tend to get burnt out very quickly when it comes to creating things, or I just do need to take breaks at certain times. I'm also trying to set aside games that I play on my own, because I've realized that I've gotten into the habit of like wanting to record everything that I do, and that also just puts an insane amount of pressure on performing all the time, and I do not like that very much. But I'm going to cut over to the cave game world, and I'll show some updates on what I've built. We are back. Not much has changed up on the surface level. So once again, we head down into the caves. Not much has changed for the path either. I want to work on some of it. Like I want to have little like posts or stuff, something like that, where like you would imagine like someone would be standing up there watching guard. Maybe just some extra like little side rooms on the sides of the path would be nice. I've made a little bit of progress on this. I haven't expanded out to the side rooms yet, but at least internally in the building, we actually have a decent amount of progress. As you can see, there's a little landing up there. I added a little kind of like cobblestone pillar thing in the middle. I think I showed this off before, where you can go upstairs and just kind of look down upon all the stuff over there. That I think is going to lead upwards. We have this staircase still. I've kind of just like dug out some like little details into the walls in some of the rooms. There realistically isn't much that I can do, and this is completely blank over here. And then if we head up, we have a little landing right here that people could chill on. You actually have access to this stairwell from that stairwell right there, just because why not? And then up here you have another platform that you could stand on with like this kind of open area over here. This looks down on where we just were. This looks down on also where we just were. And that is honestly all I've built so far. I've covered up the majority of the roof, and I want to work on just like terraforming on top of there, just so it looks a little bit more concealed than not. But yeah, I'm actually quite proud of this. I think the only gripe I have with this specifically is that it feels a little bit cramped. And I almost would prefer it open, or maybe just like here instead. I don't know, but I'll figure that out. I think a shorter episode today. I'm not sitting around for 20 minutes just rambling. Unfortunately, I don't have much time to record, so I just want to get something out. My first video on this series ended up getting, as of today's date, like 1.2 thousand views. And that's nuts. I almost have 100 subscribers within like a couple days. And in the grand scheme of things, I know compared to like the top channels, like that's nothing. But thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, interacting. Interaction bait. You know what I mean? You guys are awesome. I truly did not expect, especially out of that first video, not much to come out of it. And admittedly, it made me a little bit anxious having like that many eyes on something that I'm creating for the first time. But either way, all the engagement is 100% appreciated. If you guys would like, also check out like the playlist section on my channel, because I do have other series. Some of them are completed, some of them are not. And especially with my older content, I actually am quite proud of my old like clip dumps. And I also have, if anybody's interested in music, I also have a music playlist. So, a bunch of different genres in there from all different walks of music. And yeah, feel free to check those out too, just because I'd like to hear what you guys think of those as well. And I think that's where I'm going to cut it. So, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye.